There, it's Ian Wright here, and I just wanted to do a little nature meditation, which is based on a process that I used to teach on a course called the Dynamics of Stillness, and I still do teach actually. And it's because it's summer and we're outside in nature, and it's just a nice little thing to do that I find personally very enjoyable. On this course that I've been teaching for 12 years now actually, called the Dynamics of Stillness. This course has a lot of different kind of elements involved in it. One of them is to kind of reconnect deeply with nature. The courses are always set in very places that are surrounded by nature, and part of the process is to connect very deeply to nature and the natural tides and great long tides that are in nature. It's also around developing sensory awareness and really opening up our senses and our sensory awareness to really sense and feel nature and develop this felt sense within nature. Along that kind of pathway, there is this starting to develop a kind of deepening relationship to stillness, to the underlying stillness that is always there within us, but also all around us and holds us. Other elements in this course are to do with deepening our own connection to our sense of health, because we're always tuned into what's wrong with us, but actually really starting to learn to feel and use our sensory awareness to feel the expression of health within us and to feel that within others. So that kind of deepens our connection to ourselves and to others and to nature. Anyway, so on this course, one thing I'd do is get everyone, we'd all go out for a walk and we'd start to feel these kind of fluid tides, and I'd take them out to feel the energy fields of trees and the delicacy within them and start to really sense these kinds of things. Then what I would do with everybody is get everyone just to find a place, out in the woods or wherever we were, by rivers, and spend 10 minutes just sitting quietly in nature and seeing what happens around us. The interesting thing, as far as I'm concerned, is when we are out for a walk in nature, when we're doing what we normally do, our minds are normally highly active. We're doing a million different things in our heads, and every thought projects an energy. So the animal world and the even the flower and tree world sense this energy of us humans miles before we get there, and they kind of disappear and hide from us, most of them, apart from kind of insects, etc. So we don't see a lot of nature because we're too energetically loud. Our energy's all over the place. Our minds aren't even there, somewhere else. So what we do in this process, and I'm going to go through this and we'll run this in a minute as a kind of meditation, is to bring our sensory awareness back in, bring our thought patterns into us, find this place of internal quiet and sit and wait and see what happens. And it's magic, because actually after a few minutes of us going into a place of quietude, nature comes out. The birds start engaging, the little animals start coming, and nature starts almost to breathe again, as it was doing before we kind of arrived, and we have quite a loud kind of footstep on the world. And when we go really quiet, it starts to engage and starts to breathe, and we don't have to be hiding, but we can be just sitting quietly, but our energy is contained. So this is what we're going to do, just for a little bit of fun. So ideally, take this out into nature, keep this on your phone or whatever, and find yourself somewhere that's quiet and beautiful. You don't have to be hidden away. You can sit quietly wherever you are, but you have to be comfortable, because we're going to be here for 10 minutes or more, at least. And ideally not moving around. Now, 10 minutes these days requires patience. Now, we all live in this incredibly fast world where actually we need things done now, so if I'm on the computer and it kind of shuts down and locks up, I'm like, what's happening? Why isn't this happening? And my kids are the same. We're all the same. We all need immediate kind of gratification on what we require. And that's the way of the world. It's very, very fast. So actually, it's increasingly hard for us to sit quietly without doing, thinking, feeling anything. And if we can do that, I think the whole world changes. And we enter this much deeper place, which actually is involved with stillness and involved with the great tides in nature and involved with this beautiful fluidity that's in and around us, actually. So get into a quiet place and just relax your body. Feel the earth, if you're sitting on the grass, say, feel that earth, feel the grass underneath you, and just relax your body so you're resting a little bit, this kind of sense of resting, which again we never do, but I'll talk about that another time. So let's just first of all come to an awareness of our senses, and then so that we can actually bring our senses back into us quietly. So first of all, the most obvious one is vision. Just pay attention to what you're looking at, and pay attention to the process for a second of looking. So when you're looking at something, say it's a bush in front of you or it's the horizon, your energy, your intentional awareness and energy goes to that place. So allow that energy to come back into you from wherever you're looking. So it's quietly sitting, your intention and your attention are quietly in you. Your eyes can still be open, but it's quietly within you. I mean, this is a big subject, bringing your attentional awareness to your senses, and I think it's hugely important. And I talk about this a lot in my book and course in the Dynamics of Stillness. It's very important, but this is just a little introduction. Okay, so just allow your vision to be wide, but your attention to be in you in a quiet kind of way. Then do the same with your hearing. Listen to, hear all the different sounds, the birds, the wind, whatever sounds are there in nature. And they're quite loud, there's a lot of them, and we filter them out normally. But actually just allow all of that hearing awareness to hear everything. And all these layers, it's never totally silent. It's very rare in this world where we can find total silence. Normally up in very icy places where there's very little nature, but actually normally there's a huge amount of sound wherever we are. So allow yourself to feel all of that sound, and then bring you the attentional awareness of that hearing back into your body so it comes back in. It doesn't mean you stop hearing, it means that your hearing is not projected out to everywhere. So you're just allowing everything to quieten down inside you. Do the same with your feeling. So feel the floor, allow yourself to feel your skin, where your buttocks are, where your legs are touching the floor, your hands that are touching the earth, and allow that awareness just to quieten. And you've got it, and let it fade back into the background and bring your awareness back into you. Do the same with smell. Can you smell anything right now? The grass or the flowers? Allow your smell awareness, your olfactory awareness to take in everything around you. And there's a plethora of smells all the time, and we filter them, that's normal. And from that place, just bring your smell awareness back in. Okay. So now we've got most of our senses. There's a few more senses, but we'll start with those. So our sensory awareness is starting to just come back into ourselves. Now, as I've said before, our thinking creates energy patterns, and those are projected around us. Okay, so just have an awareness that is what's happening and is happening with all of us, and just bring that awareness back into your body. So what we're doing is we're almost pulling in our different fulcrums. Okay, this is a big subject, but see if you can just try this. See if you can and get a sense of what I'm doing here. Now, you've got all of these senses, the sound, the smell, the vision, the feel of things, and all those senses are all out there, but you've got this quietude in you. You're bringing it all back into you. So your energy is not out there in nature, it's quietly more and more in you. Now I want to bring your sense of awareness to your breath. Feel something soft, quiet, and delicate in your breathing. Tune into that softness in your breathing. That's right. And if thoughts come up, just allow them, accept that they're going to be there, and then bring your attention awareness back to this quietness, softness in your breath. And after a little while, things get a little quiet in you. That's our starting point. Okay, and so sit quietly and just enjoy with all of your attentional awareness quietly in you. And let nature breathe around you. And it does breathe. It wakes up. It comes alive. It's actually, for me, it's quite a magical thing. And all these little things, like sometimes a little animal will come out, or a bird will come and sit close to you because it can't feel your projection. It doesn't sense you so much. It can see you, but you're not pushing anything out. And nature can actually come towards you because you're very quiet in yourself. And this is beautiful. And when you see nature, welcome it. And it's amazing if you engage with, say, a plant or a tree, and you almost say hi to it, you can feel an energetic resonance that happens between you, and you're starting to engage in this beautiful world of sensory feeling the world. And it opens up a whole new sensory awareness to us, and it's absolutely beautiful. So just spend a few minutes enjoying nature in a true way. And just to take this a little further, while you're doing this, get a quiet sense of this stillness that lies behind everything. The stillness that's in every strand of your DNA, every cell of your body. But it's in every atom and every molecule, but it's also behind everything, everywhere in the whole universe. This is incredible stillness from which everything is created within the moment, and we're quiet in this beautiful stillness. And it's wonderful. It feels home. So that's just a little introduction to this work. It's a huge subject. I've just written a book called The Dynamics of Stillness, which goes through a sequence of 36 chapters, which all have a sensory developmental exercise at the end of them, which build on each other sequentially to build this deepening practice that we can do. And it really works wonderfully, and it's based on this course that I've been running for a long time, but we can do it through this book, and I'm going to do it as an audio book, so watch out for that. The website is thedynamicsofstillness.com, and the book is going to be released soon, and we will let you know via the website of that. And also on the website there are other podcasts and little meditations and things I'm hoping you might enjoy. Anyway, best wishes to everybody, and have a lovely day.